What's up, YouTube? Today we're going to talk about what just happened in the new Marvel Infinity War. Marvel Avengers Infinity War is breaking all sorts of box office records, already reached well over $1 billion worldwide, and it doesn't look to be slowing down anytime soon. The Infinity War was called from the very beginning the culmination of the 10-year Marvel Cinematic Universe. Now it is clear that this was true. The Avengers Infinity War have one of the most shocking endings not only in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but in general in superhero films. Today we will try to answer these questions. What happens, what it means, did everyone really die, and what's next? If you haven't seen the film yet, please turn away now because the video deals with major spoilers for Infinity War. Go and watch the movie and then we'll be happy to see you back. So what happened at the end of Avengers Infinity War? Thanos wins the war when he collects all 6 Infinity Stones. Then with a snap of his fingers he accomplishes what he sets out to do: wipe out half the universe. In the last minutes of the movie, superheroes unable to do anything are forced to watch their friends and colleagues fall apart into dust. Then we see Thanos in an empty orange realm. It's possible he's actually inside the Soul Stone, which also happens to be orange and in the comics is known to contain a pocket dimension known as the Soul World, a place which stores all of the souls stolen by the gem. There he's confronted by Gamora as a child, who asks him, "What did it cost?" "Everything," Thanos says heavily, not in reference to the countless lives he just wiped out, of course, but to Gamora herself, the soul he loved most and was forced to sacrifice in order to earn the stone. In the final scene, Thanos is happily watching the sunrise, sees him seemingly ready to retire, still in possession of the Infinity Gauntlet and all the stones. But the metal looks twisted and charred as if the final act broke it beyond repair. So, did everyone really die in Avengers Infinity War? Well, not exactly. There are two kinds of dead. There are people who are killed directly and those that are killed by the Infinity Gauntlet finger snap. The characters killed before the snap is Loki, whom Thanos strangled, Heimdall, probably the Collector, Gamora, who Thanos threw off the cliff, and lastly Vision, who Mad Titan simply turns back time and snatches the Mind Stone from his head. After the snap, we see some of our heroes safe, while others disintegrate into ashes before our eyes. Cap watches Bucky fall apart just a few feet away from him, while Okoye reaches out to her king only for T'Challa to disappear right under her hand. Also dying, Falcon, Groot, Wanda, Maria Hill, and Fury. Tony and Nebula watch Doctor Strange, Mantis, Drax, Star-Lord, and finally Spider-Man start to fade from existence, with Spidey's death proving to be the most traumatic, as Peter sobs and clings to Tony before he turns into dust. All the main characters, except those that have disappeared before the snap, most likely will return. Possibly they are simply found in the Soul Stone, or moved to another reality. Marvel tried to keep future films in secret, but we know exactly that Spider-Man 2 has a movie coming out on July 5th, 2019. In which events occur after the events of the Infinity War. This was told by Kevin Feige. There's no way Spider-Man's dead for good. Then there's common sense, which states that since Black Panther made over $1 billion worldwide, Disney would probably be less than thrilled if Marvel didn't make a sequel starring Chadwick Boseman as the King of Wakanda. Also, there's a lot of information about the fact that Marvel is planning the sequels of Doctor Strange and the Guardians of the Galaxy. In the scenes after the credits, we have already shown the new future characters, such as Baron Mordo and Adam Warlock. It is interesting that only the heroes who left standing after the snap are all the original Phase 1 Avengers: Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, Hulk, Black Widow, and probably Hawkeye. Let's move on to Doctor Strange. Remember, Doctor Strange is looking ahead to see all the possible outcomes of their battle with the Mad Titan. Out of 14 millions of potential scenarios, Steven tells Tony that they only win in one. When Thanos is about to strike the killing blow against Tony Stark, Stephen Strange offers Thanos the Time Stone in exchange for sparing Tony's life. He gave up the Time Stone way too easily. He says earlier in the movie that he'll let Iron Man and Spider-Man die before sacrificing the stone, so it seems rather odd that's exactly what he does. Even Tony doesn't understand it, and as he dies he says, "It was the only way." It's pretty obvious that it's all part of his plan to recreate the version of events in which the Avengers win, eventually. It can be assumed that the key to defeating Thanos relies on Tony being alive for some reason. The question remains, exactly how will Marvel solve the problem of returning the characters? Perhaps they will return to the past and correct everything, or they use Dr. Hank Pym's technology to travel back in time via quantum realm. This is confirmed by the photographs from the shooting of 4 parts of the Avengers. The scene after the credits starts in New York. The city is drowning in panic. People around evaporate, left without drivers and pilots of cars and helicopters. Chaos and devastation and against the backdrop of all of this, Nick Fury and Maria Hill are trying to do something. Hill in front of Fury turns into dust. Realizing that he has no time left, Nick hastily activates a device that dials a message. As Fury is turning into dust, he manages to press the send button. The device receives an alert about the successful delivery of the message. It is imposed on the logo of Captain Marvel. The film with the new hero will be released 2 months before the next Avengers. As for Captain Marvel, we know it takes place in the 1990s, so that film is definitely not in danger of being affected by Infinity War. But that's not the end of the story, and it's clear that saving these dead people is the mission of Avengers 4. Now we have a whole year to think about how these characters will be saved, and what kind of sacrifices will be required from the surviving heroes to make that possible. What do you think about the finale of the film? Write about it in the comments below. We hope this video was interesting for you. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, put a like, comment, and subscribe for more Marvel updates.